Okay, so there's a question on the subtraction part of this problem. There's a couple of ways to do it, and this one has a little thing in there that makes it where it could be easier. The equivalent is if I was going to say I had 2/5 minus um, 6/10. I could go ahead and get a common denominator, but I could also reduce this fraction and make it match like that. So if you happen to notice that this thing might simplify, sometimes you get lucky and it works out. And this is going to be a case very similar to that. So let me pop over here now. So the first thing I'm going to do is get this stuff factored so I can kind of see what I got going. And normally I wouldn't factor a numerator, except this one looks suspicious. If I take a 4 out of there, I get x minus 4. And the reason it looks suspicious to me is that this denominator is going to give me something very similar to that numerator. So x plus 4, x minus 4. So that's great if you notice that. If you didn't notice that and you just had the 4x minus 16 up there, your next move, or if this didn't factor, your next move would be to multiply this side by x minus 4 over x minus 4. And then you do a bit of extra work. Which I could show you here in a second, but let me show you the easy way first, and then you can decide to stop the video and not do all the extra work. So I'm just going to reduce those right out. And that leaves me x minus 4 over, so x plus 4 and then x plus 4, which since this is now over a common denominator, I could just write that numerator together, which would be x minus 4 over x plus 4, and then putting those together, x minus 8 over x plus 4. So that's the easy way, for sure. Let me pop back here, and then where's the eraser? There. And go, well, what would happen if we didn't? Probably could have rewritten the problem faster than erasing, but oh well. How would we do this if it didn't have that really convenient, because they don't always just reduce like that, and so sometimes they are more difficult. So here's what we would do in that case. That said, this isn't how I would do this problem. X plus 4 and then x minus 4 right there. So if I didn't notice the reduction, I would pop over here and I'd go, okay, so this side needs x minus 4 over x minus 4. And it's likely that's how a lot of people would end up doing this, because they wouldn't see that. I'm going to go ahead and FOIL this part out. So this would be x squared, and then minus 4 being minus 8x. Oops, right, the squared. And minus would make a plus 16 there if you do out the FOIL. And then here's a spot where people make an error. And so if you did go down this road, it's almost always not getting that negative distributed through the whole numerators where people have troubles here. So this top would be minus 4x, and then minus that minus 16 would make a plus 16. And then notice this is all over an LCD now, so I'm just going to, for the sake of not writing all that out, I'm going to write LCD here for a second. And then let me get my numerator cleaned up a little bit here. Let's see, so we got x squared, 8 and 4, that would be minus 12, right? So minus 12x, and then 16 and 16 would make plus 32 over the LCD. Those are nice even numbers. I find it suspicious, so I'm going to see if it factors. So are the two numbers to multiply to be positive 32 and then add to be negative 12, and yeah, negative 4 and negative 8 seem to fit that bill, so let's get that factor down here. So we'll have x minus 8 and then x minus 4 for our numerator. And then remember our denominator was x plus 4 and then x minus 4. So someday, whether you cancel the x minus 4 in that very first step like I did the first time I did the problem, or right here, it still needs to get reduced out. It was just a lot easier if you catch it at the beginning. And then hopefully that's the same answer I got the last time I did this. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you still have a question.